sponsor the stream. 100%. I will swallow all of my words and opinions. Nothing is sacred. I am loyal to no person, place, or idea.
Fair enough.
But yeah, welcome back. When last we left off, y'all were starting to get into a little bit of a pickle here. We had returned back from the power plant, fixed Doc Smiley, who, in the wake of the massive power shortage in town, had been suffering a bit of a malfunction, but is now back up and running, as well as a bit of a confrontation as Kazoron's true nature, if not his allegiances, became known to the rest of the party.
I'm not aligned to anybody. Fuck that shit. I'm aligned to me and mine. Sorry.
But that was sort of where we left off. In addition to the fact that the governor, who recently made his first appearance in town, announced that in order to mourn the death of your beloved Sheriff Harrond, who he said died during the invasion and battle with the gang known as the Outriders, which you all know to be patently false. So the governor is...
He got shot before they showed up, right?
No, he got shot hours afterwards. Like, when everything was calmed down and he appeared, like, by some kind of unknown weapon was shot at, like, 1 in the morning in the street.
Yeah. Right.
But he's saying that it was during the invasion. So he's kind of messing with the narrative for some reason. Also, is announcing that the town will be welcoming in some guests from the core planets to celebrate Empire Day. New, essentially state-sponsored or galaxy-sponsored, however you want to phrase that,
how you doing?
Holiday being enforced upon you, kind of a mandatory fun day, so to speak, meaning that some honored Imperial guests will be arriving from Coruscant any day now.
Hey, Hornet.
Neat.
My screen just refreshed.
And
so
the town is buzzing.
How we all doing?
And that's where we're sort of picking up with that announcement. You're all sort of standing in the street early, bright in the morning, welcoming as this as these announcements are made.
Who's coming?
He didn't say specifically, just that they were some honored Imperial guests.
We should probably... Fuck, what were we going to be doing again? I forget. Were we going to investigate the governor's manor? Is that what we wanted to do next?
So the sort of laundry list of... what do you call it? The sort of like laundry list of... like tasks that you had to do were potentially going to investigate the governor's mansion because for unknown reasons the Outriders seemed very interested in getting into his house. The Imperials are guarding it, like more so than the rest of the town, although that could be just excuse for general nepotism. And the man in the jail cell, the native of the planet, referred to the governor as the bearer of a false spark.
Right.
Whereas he referred to all of you and himself as spark bearers.
Well, me and
all of those of you that were present at the time and in possession of a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No, I think it was just me and what's his face?
It was you and the guy who hasn't logged in.
Right.
Everyone, if you're in chat right now, shame him.
Don't shame him.
There will be no player shaming.
I'm the DM. Do it.
No.
Wishball.
I will rebel.
I'm the DM.
So-
You'll do as I say.
I had to plug in my laptop, and it is at the time where I sat down to get my stuff set up that my dinner fish being made.
So the funny thing is that Hornet is 100% behind you, doesn't know who he's shaming, but said, "For shame, a plague upon your house."
Yeah, he knows what's up.
He knows what's up. That's Hornet for you. That's Hornet for you.
Hornet is down, and I love it. You're also susceptible to cult manipulation, so let's kind of sit on that for a bit.
He might
Anyway,
he might like sitting on things, so be careful.
I'm a member of 3 cults and a leader of 2. Listen, you make a lot more money as a leader, but you have a lot more fun as a follower.
Oh, this is crazy.
That's a reference to The Office, which is in and of itself a cult. Moving on.
Yes.
But yeah, so you're all there, kind of checking things out. Kazoron, you hear a voice behind you. It's like,
Oh no.
you there, citizen, stop where you are. As you turn around and you see a man in the traditional imperial grays.
Okay.
He's got like the sort of riding pants, tight-fitting imperial shirt, the little stupid little sailor cap they all wear.
Oh, so
flank
he's an
right-
idiot. Got you. He's just like an idiot. Got
He's an imperial officer and a fascist, so yes.
you. Spot on.
So he's
Yeah.
pointing at us to stop right there?
Or just
he's
me.
He's talking specifically to Kazoron, but he seems to be addressing all of you present.
Okay. We weren't moving.
What's this now?
Great. He walks up and he kind of is looking over all of you, and that's sort of looking down his nose sort of way. Very stiff upper lipped. And he goes, all of you. And he goes, don't think I don't know who you are and what you've been up to. And he goes, I'm here on behalf of His Imperial Majesty to ensure that you get what is coming to you. And then he reaches quickly inside his lapel.
Okay.
Alright.
How close am I
Yeah.
to him?
Truly within arm's distance. This is like he's having a very intense conversation with you. And he knows, and he says that he knows exactly who you are, what you've been doing here, and he wants to see you get what you deserve.
Can I make a roll to see if I get the drop on him with my blaster?
Roll me.
I'm not going to shoot. I'm just going to aim it.
So you want to just okay. So do you want to get the roll to pull a blaster, or are you trying to see could I get the drop on him if I wanted to?
No, I want to pull the blaster.
Okay.
And tell him.
Now, so here's what I'm going to ask: is for. Let me pull up a character. How dare you? Do you hear this?
Yes.
Yeah, shut up, Loki.
The abuse that I suffer.
You do suffer abuse from Loki.
Tell Loki I said hello.
Loki. Kanor Seajax player says hello. You hear that?
Yes.
He borked in
All
response.
right.
So I'm
gonna
going to
pull my blaster on this
so,
dude and say,
you know
hey,
what?
you better get that hand out of that coat right now, mister.
Great. You know what? I'm going to say roll me your shoot, but it's not going to be to shoot. This is just your trigger finger, basically.
Well, what about provoke?
Provoke is more of an emotional response, I feel.
I think that's what he's going for. Are we trying to decide whether he's able to pull the gun fast enough, or just whether he's able to intimidate this guy well
I
enough.
assumed you just
to-
wanted to know, can I get my gun out before he pulls whatever he's got out of his coat?
Exactly, the latter. Thank you.
Okay.
Great. Just roll shoot then, because I'm counting that as like your dexterity and reflexes. Okay, now I'm gonna roll something real quick. Oh, great. Okay, so it's gonna be a tie. You're basically gonna start putting your gun up at the this is a Mexican standoff. Okay. As you start pulling your blaster, as he out of his lapel pulls a folded piece of paper.
I knew it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Now, as you've already got it like out of the holster and pulling, you've triggered my trap card, motherfucker. Please roll me either any skill you want to basically try and if you choose to, frantically act like you're not about to pull a gun on a cop.
Or just pull the gun on the cop. Fuck
If
it.
you
do
want to
whatever
just
you want.
if you want to pull it, but it is just a folded piece of paper.
Then I will aim the gun at his head.
Oh, so you're straight up just threatening this dude.
No.
Okay,
I'm going to
explain to me where your
slowly...
talk to me where your head is at right now. Like what's
All
going on?
right. As soon as I see he's pulling a piece of paper out of his jacket,
The stormtroopers, I will note, seem completely nonplussed.
as soon as I see that he's pulling a piece of paper out of his vest, I lower my weapon.
Great. But do you finish the motion of putting it up at him, or is this just
yeah. Oh yes.
Okay, so you put it up. The stormtroopers immediately lock blasters on you. This is now a very tense situation.
Then I will put my blaster away quickly.
He looks affronted and a little bit like, this is not how my day at the office was supposed to go. He goes, what in the name of his Imperial Majesty are you doing?
Don't
You'll have
mind
to
him.
forgive me, but when people put a hand in their jacket, usually means there's something coming out of it that I'm not going to like.
Well, and he goes,
Maybe
he
Hornet.
huffs at the notion. Basically, it seems like he's more affronted, less at the idea that he would threaten you, and at the idea that he would personally be using a gun. It's a look of I have people for that.
I've still, I've
No,
got my
as
blaster lowered in my hands.
The troopers seem real squirrely as he hands the brochure over, so all of you can look at it. But he hands a brochure specifically to Kazoron. And he goes, as I was saying, perhaps now with the exception of your, and he goes, well, or he does
Trigger
say,
happy friend.
he says, I know exactly who you are. You are among, you, and I know at least one of your compatriots were among the, and he says with a look of long suffering, the posse that rode out to rescue that
Hey, Toxie.
that miner and his daughter some time ago. And he goes, you have gumption and good instincts. So I'm here to offer you exactly what you deserve. And you see in big, bold letters on the front of the brochure, join the Empire today. And he goes, how would you like a chance to save the galaxy?
I straight up look at him. Hold on, I say.
Oh my god.
As you
Pull your
see,
blaster back down.
I literally turn around to anybody else. Hey, Liz. I literally turn around to anybody else and hand them the flyer. I'm like, I'm good. Whoever wants the flyer can take it from me.
Now he says, don't. Great. Now he tells you, now then, he goes, don't be so hasty. I understand it may seem like an insurmountable task. Yes, and that you may be speculating that you're not up for the job. But I see greatness in you. As you open the pamphlet, or at least look on the front, and it basically has people in the I'm doing my part, fake smile, obviously actors that are not real Imperial officers of you see like a guy standing on like a fancy balcony, like waving at a camera, and it says like, and the caption is like, "See the brilliant skyline of Coruscant, all the way to the," and it says like, you know, all the way to the exotic and uncharted jungles of it's like jungles of Endor. And then you see another guy who's in a bathing suit but still a stormtrooper helmet, and it says, "Or relax on the
Oh my
beautiful
God.
seaside vistas of Scarif." And it says that there are hundreds of jobs available in the Empire.
I've got a question. How many
and it says-
stormtroopers
Of what do you mean?
are around us? How many stormtroopers does he
There's
have?
a few that are like milling around. There's 2 that are flanking him.
I kind of want to punch him. What does the group
Don't
say?
punch him.
Interesting take.
I kind of want to just fucking punch him.
I
can't-
know you would love to, but please,
You can
please
if you
don't
want.
punch him.
I will also highlight you're looking at it, and it does note that now he does say that for some of you, and he says that a frontline role would and he says you'll, he says that what is this? Hang on, is it? Yeah, yes, that is exactly what's on the front.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yes, thank you so much. You have no idea how upset I am that I did not have time to make this pamphlet in MS Paint. You have
Oh,
no
I'm
idea
sure.
how much it eats me up inside. But it does say that for those of you who are of an older or more mature disposition, an officer or a command post may be something to consider. But he says for the strapping young lads among you, there's hundreds of jobs available in the Empire every single day. Stormtrooper, general infantry, rifleman, foot soldier, ground troop, combat infantry, line infantry, general trooper, and he's just naming off synonyms for general
Same
infantry. That's the
fucking thing.
same
Yeah.
job.
So I've got a question.
You can 100%
Oi!
punch him. I will also say, whether or not it
Hold on.
played into this, the skill he rolled earlier was provoke, and he has a +4 to it.
Okay,
God
he
damn it.
has definitely provoked me. Hold on one
Yeah,
second. I need to look up something really quick. I
You
kind
can-
of want to
you
gently.
can 100%. You can 100% punch that's Nazi if you want to, but you will deal with the consequences.
Oh, there are definitely
Oi.
going to be consequences, but I want to see if I can do something different.
Are you gonna try and use the Force to squeeze his bladder and make him piss himself?
Something like that.
Okay.
Jedi mind trick him.
Worse.
Oh, if I wanted
When,
to eat
when you
Worse.
said
shit
that
every
when you
day,
said
I'd
Jedi
have
mind
gone
trick
to
him, I just heard Lou Wilson from Game Changer. You can come now.
You can come now.
So I've got a question. How would you rate my anger at this moment? I know how I would
that
rate.
is a question you have to tell me. Granted, your experience with the Empire, this man is walking up and in completely good faith, and I cannot stress enough, this is a very genuine man who is just like, hey, you rode out to help somebody out of a bad situation when nobody else did. You're the kind of person that we need in the Empire. But as a nameless, faceless mook carrying a gun, wearing plastic armor. So,
Right.
asterisk,
So my question is, can I use
like you're showing up to the recruitment office. I got a 17 on the ASVAB, and I used to want to be a cop.
Yeah. Can I use force wound on him?
Oh my
To
god.
do what? To do what? You can
Blow his eyes out of his skull.
Jesus Christ.
This
You're gonna
went
get us
so much.
arrested.
This went so much more aggro than I thought.
You had an Imperial officer walk
I
up.
thought at worst you were gonna call him a prick and like throw something at him. Not can I pop his eyeballs? Okay, yes, but we need to talk about it.
Okay.
Are you gonna try to do it in a way
Yes.
it's not obvious it's you, or
Yes.
is this a straight up crash?
No. This is a straight up. I'm pissed, and I want to see if I can like.
You have had pretty good luck thus far at hiding your force abilities. I will
Up
say.
until the last one. Up until the last
one, your track record with not being recognized for using the force is impeccable.
And I still have one fate point.
So
No.
here's what I'm going to ask. You can absolutely roll that.
Yeah.
What I will say is any other force users here are going to get the chance to roll basically their force sense before, and I'm going to rule this as to basically sense like there's a lot of dark side energy coalescing around this one dude and some shit is about to go down.
All right, let's let them roll that and see what they do.
I kind of want to run this as like a pseudo PvP because I think that's spicy.
No, I'm totally down for that. Do they?
So roll me your force sense to basically detect like there's a lot of dark side energy coalescing right in front of you, and he's about to crash the fuck out. Roll me your. You know what? Real quick, we're gonna roll. If we're gonna roll this as a PvP, roll me your force attack, basically. Like roll me as if you're gonna attack, and this is to see what happens.
Oh god, this is gonna be absolutely horrible.
We will roll the stealth afterwards, but this is just the can you do it? Okay, so Daniel Shar 1,000% knows what's about to happen.
If you do this,
No, hang on, Cole.
He is helping put away groceries.
I will give them a chance to talk me down.
Okay. Friendly reminder, even if you let this guy walk away, you can do this from a distance.
Oh, I know.
Like, Darth Vader choked a guy out over a Zoom call. So this is like...
I know. But with that being said, I will give them a chance to talk me out, but like, this is how deep my anger goes towards the...
I get it.
Kazoron.
What?
But yeah,
I
so...
thought
You don't
were
know
more
anything.
Hey, I'm gonna roll Force Sense for Ben because he's being a pussy. Does he have? Yes.
Of course he does.
Why you do that? I was already done.
Okay, so Ben doesn't know what's happening. He's just listening to this guy's spiel, which actually is very in character.
Of his
Daniel,
character.
Daniel, you were gonna say something.
I kind of like. Sorry, I kind of like put my hand on Kazoron's shoulder. Just understand that if you do this, you put a target on all of us. I want you. Don't get me wrong. I want you to do it. But the self-control.
Are you saying this right in front of the guy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That fucking kills me right there. It's like, I kind of want you to fucking rip his head off and...
Hey, friendly reminder, the Imperial officer can't detect the Force. So he just offered you a job, and you're just like, if you do this, it puts a target on all of us. But don't get me wrong, I kind of want you to do it. He nods, and he says, a career in military service is indeed a risky one.
Oh my god!
The reward, but
That's
and he goes,
so funny.
you should listen to your friend. And you should listen to your friend and go with your gut instincts.
Should I now?
This guy's
Tron
like,
just goes like deadpan, and it's like, should I
Why
now?
Wait, what did you say?
What? Oh, I just said to finish the thing I was saying before. It would be wise to control your impulses.
It would be.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little hesitant at first when Kazoron approached me and said he wanted to play a Sith Lord as his character. This exchange right here makes it all worth it. If the rest of the campaign goes to shit, this makes it worth it.
This is so funny.
So,
I've been planning this encounter for like 2 months and I never expected it to be this funny.
I turned to Shar. I'm like, I understand. How far away can I let him go before I skull pop him?
As long as he is, now that you've like locked your energy onto him, truly, as long as he is within your eye line.
Okay.
Now the question is, can you do it without everybody in the area turning and seeing you standing there with your hand out with your eyes glowing?
That's a good fucking question.
That is the question that we face.
I think discretion is the better part of valor here.
That's what I'm saying. Is like this is an NPC with one ability
and no name.
Right.
He was created. I'll give him a name. Do you want a name?
I do want a name now. I now need a name.
I was like, do you want to know the wife and children back on Coruscant that he has waiting for him?
Yeah.
That don't care, but sure. Kazoron doesn't care. He's like,
I am gonna moose here and go. Everybody is telling you not to do this.
You do whatever you feel right.
I do not know. I do not remember off the top of my head what. I do not remember off the top of my head what Imperial rank would be appropriate for him, but his last name is Drumark.
Hello.
hello.
Who did I miss?
Oh, I'm about to head
Hello.
pop someone. You missed a lot. Not like a lot.
You really didn't, but you also okay. So hi, Pitter Patter. TLDR. A man walked up and basically said, "I know who all of you are." Sorry, not a man, an Imperial officer flanked by stormtroopers, and he said, "I know exactly who you are. I know what you've been up to, and I'm here to see you get what you deserve." And then he pulled a brochure and said, "The chance to save the galaxy." And it was a recruitment brochure to become a stormtrooper and join the Empire. And Kazoron is now just absolutely radiating out an aura of dark energy.
So dark.
To the point where pretty much anybody who's force sensitive can tell, like, he is about to fully crash out.
You know, discipline is not a really
It's not something that
abundant skill
for the Sith.
in the dark side.
Nope.
He nods at you. He nods at you, and he tells you to think on it. He tells you, like I said, that his name is Imperial Officer Drumark, and to come see him at the Imperial outpost in town, because they've just recently opened. In addition to the Imperial base that they have some bit away, this is really more like it's like a recruitment office where it's almost like a pop-up, basically to recruit more Imperial stormtroopers, like, on planet.
They need a Starbucks.
Does he walk off at this point?
Oh yeah, no, he turns around and starts walking off. Like, this is the time where it's like, if you want to... Now, once you roll stealth, you're doing this. You
Okay,
know
so
for a
before-
fact you can do it.
so
You have locked onto him
So
as a target.
Before I do this.
This can happen, yes. I'm reminding you as well, it's 9 a.m. It's in broad daylight. There are a lot of cops, like stormtroopers here, and the current acting sheriff of the town and the governor of this planet are like 40 feet away from you. Act on it as if... Yeah, he was giving like a presentation about an upcoming holiday.
I'm
about
so
to, like,
sorry,
pack up and head
guys.
off, but he's not like...
I am so sorry.
I thought that
What do I have to
the
roll for
governor
stealth?
was on a hologram like projection thing to talk.
No, this is like he showed up in the town square to like address the people. He wants to like talk to his... He wants to talk to his constituents and really like get into the action.
Cool.
But like, I'm on a floating platform because, like, don't let the pores touch me.
So I have to roll stealth to do it in such a way.
Once you roll stealth, Whatever
locked in.
happens will happen. You are locked in. You are either going
Why don't
to.
you just do the obvious, like, creepy Sith thing and follow him home and assassinate him when nobody's there? Like, you know,
Because
you're
this is going to be
professionally
way
trained
more
to
fun.
do.
Because I've
Mhm.
let my rage get to me. And the
Yeah,
fact
well,
that a
that's-
Jedi,
that's-
the fact that a Jedi
No, listen,
said
you
that
should
he
do-
wanted me to do it,
True.
but
No,
didn't
no,
want
no,
that
that's
really
true.
fueled me.
Now, let's be clear. You should do what your master would have done, which is to hire a bounty hunter, to hire a bounty hunter, to hire a bounty hunter, to hire a robot, to hire a worm to kill this guy.
Right.
No, that I've
That's
learned
what
from
your-
my
that's what
master.
your ma-
I've learned from his mistakes. I'm pretty sure he's dead at this point. And
he's very publicly dead. It's called the end of the Clone Wars.
yes. All right. So stealth, here we come.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm going to roll just for the sake of it, just to find out. Okay, so you're gonna kill him. Are there any fate points that you want to add? You know what, Han? I'll roll just for funsies a notice check for some of these guys. It's gonna be something. Is there anything
I'm trying
that
to
you
think.
want to add here?
Listen, I have been trained.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
How many of them don't notice? Holy
Jesus
shit!
Christ!
His immediate guards definitely don't fucking notice.
Both of his guards and
Yeah.
the lookout for the governor. You could pull out a lightsaber at this point, and they're not gonna know. The main.
Oh, I
the
thought
body-
about it. I thought
the
about it.
body, The bodyguard for the governor himself didn't notice. You could pull out your lightsaber, cut off his head, and fuck the stump, and he'd be like, "Man, it's a weird looking bird."
I think all of these guards would roll fate points to re-roll for it being broad daylight. They would invoke
No, we're
the
gonna.
aspect of it
No,
being
we're
broad
gonna.
daylight.
No. Yeah, I do have one more roll I need to make. I do have one more.
You can't keep letting him get away with this.
Or can he?
But Ben, the bit. Have you thought about the bit? Hang on, we need to do that again.
Why is there a +3 to that?
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I do worry about it, but I've already committed. So I personally feel like I would have learned a way to conceal it a little bit better with my training.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I'm a trained assassin. I'm Sith. Like,
Now, I want to ask, was it hyperbole when you said you want his eye? Like, I know you said I want his eyes to explode out of his skull and crush his head. Is this like?
no, I just want his
definitely-
eyes to pop out.
Okay,
I just
no,
literally
so
want his
not
eyes
hy-
to
so not
burst out of the
hyperbole.
skull.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
is this like, oh, I want to give him like a brain aneurysm or a heart attack? No, you're straight up like, I want to push the eyes out of his skull.
Yes.
Horrifying. Okay, there was a brief moment. There was a brief moment where
Yeah,
I was
some of
willing
them's
to.
on.
There was a brief moment where I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt that you were going to act like an assassin.
Nope, the rage is overtaken. I rolled
cool.
a dice here at my desk. The rage
Cool.
overtook it.
So, cool. So,
Oh.
do you want to? Are you using a fate point to add a +2?
Yes.
Cool. So you got a +5. This guy is. Are you
No.
done?
He'd get a +3.
He added a +2. He said. Oh no!
Yeah, he
Never
rolled a
mind.
one on
Never
stealth. Are you
mind.
looking at his fourth
Never
number?
mind. Never mind. I got that wrong. So you're getting a +3 to this, or are you re-rolling it?
Why would I get a +3?
Because it's a 1 plus a 2, unless you want to re-roll it.
You got a 1 on your stealth. Do you want to use the fate point to get a +2 or to re-roll?
I think I need to reroll. I think I need to reroll. Let me reroll.
Oh, lagging. Oh, okay, that's the
Did
same,
it?
Same result.
I didn't see it pop up. Oh, my internet disconnected for a second.
Okay.
Mm.
So he starts
Hold
walking
on.
away. Okay.
I've noticed our internet has not disconnected this whole time.
My internet is reconnecting. Hold on. I just got kicked.
Better.
Oh,
So
shit.
if you can hear me, I'll narrate what's going on.
Okay.
He gets about 100 feet away.
Mhm.
He's walking, talking to his guards. Those of you that are standing abreast of Kazoron, Kanor,
Yes?
I don't think you know what the Force is, let alone the fact that
I think the Force
your
is a bunch of hooey.
let alone that 4 out of your 5 companions are active Force users, and the 5th is an active Force user that is untrained. Like your entire party is Force user. I don't think you know that.
No, I don't, and I think the Force is bullshit.
So that's where you're at. So I'm going to deliver this from your point of view. Pitter patter. Here's what you like. Here's the information that each of you receive based on what you already know. Okay.
Mhm.
Shar, you were already kind of connected to him through the Force, and you feel the rage and the anger begin to bubble and coalesce, like the burner of a flame going from a cool orange to flaring up into that tight blue that is so much more deadly, as you feel that coalesce around him. Cole, you were standing off the side of him. You didn't actually notice that through the Force, but I think even you, with attuned as you are, once he actually sort of like at his side, it starts like gripping his hand. You kind of, at that point, is when it flares up to you, and you look at him, as you feel that like the hatred pouring through the Force of him. As this is the what your master taught you is like a perversion of the dark side of the Force.
Oh.
Pitter patter, you look up, and for a split second, this guy's eyes turn yellow. No idea what that means.
Oh Jesus!
Probably like probably an allergy to something. He might have eaten some bad shrimp.
Or he's got to pee.
Might have to
Do
be.
do I sense any of this as well?
Once he already starts doing it, yes, you are like it's too late to really stop it, but 100% you know what's about to happen. It's like in slow mo.
Oh God! All right.
I feel like
Uh,
the rage waves that he's putting out is giving Pitter a headache, and they have no idea why.
you know what? Do me a favor, real quick. Roll 4 cents,
Okay.
just to see what you get. You're pretty sure he's got to pee.
Yeah.
No, I think, like I said,
It's
Pitter's
even
gonna
when
you
it's
get
like
like
when
a
they
you get a weird migraine, and you just feel it's not even like a headache. It's you feel just kind of antsy and wrong. Like just something's off as to what's going on right now. Kanor,
Yes.
your companion was just offered a job by a guy who, I mean, like you don't like the Empire since they impounded your shit and stuck you to the hill.
Yeah.
So like fuck that guy, but like he wasn't rude or anything. He seems really pissed off. Like really pissed off. Like he's doing the Arthur meme where he's just clenched real fucking hard at his side. No idea what's going on there. Completely by coincidence, you see the Imperial guy walking ahead of you. There's a popping noise, a cloud of red mist in front of him, and he falls over like a limp noodle.
Yeah.
Mira Lunar has joined us, and I have given them a rundown of what has just happened.
Mira, I'm glad you're with us because you in particular, you have felt exactly this sensation before.
Oh my God!
This exact sensation of the person in front of me. I need the quickest point A to point B that will turn that living human into a dead body.
Oh my.
Like, what is the split second quickest decision that can happen? And you know that sensation because you remember it happening to you. As you feel your, even though none of this is happening physically, you feel your feet leaving the ground. You feel your sense of gravity becoming disoriented. You see the flash of yellow eyes, and you feel the impression of a ghostly hand through the force closing around your throat, about to snap. You're standing in the middle of town, perfectly fine. You've still got
Welcome
Doc
back.
Smiley's lollipop in your mouth. It's a bright, sunny day.
Oh my
My
god.
hand just slowly goes up to my throat, like there's nothing there, right?
Oh no, you're good. There also physically there wasn't anything there the first time.
Yeah, but that instinct to claw at your throat if you're choking is still there. That's why.
100%, no, 100%.
My only thing is I'm reaching into my throat, like, oh god.
100%. I will say, same as Pitter Patter, you also look up at Kazoron, and there's the split second. You see his eyes. What color are his eyes normally?
I hadn't thought
Brown?
about that. Brown, yeah, probably.
There's a split second where they flash the most brilliant gold.
What species is Kazoron? Is he human?
He's human.
Human as fuck.
Human as fuck. Like you don't get any more human than Kazoron.
Yep.
Except he's like got all of the hatred and darkness inside of him from all of humanity.
And then just echoing across the plains.
I think Evan started playing
There's too many of them. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
This guy pops and drops dead immediately. These two stormtroopers like grab him and like flip him over to see what's going on. Townspeople just panicking and like immediately like, oh my god, what the fuck? Guns immediately out training the people. The stormtroopers yelling for them to like get back, like total bedlam and pandemonium. And from above, we just see the shot of it. U6 as a blissful island of peace as people are running every which way, parting around you, just to demonstrate that you are you're just regular people. You were staying here. Damn, that shit was crazy. Guy's eyes exploded. You don't see that every day.
Nope.
Well, he wanted it.
And again, everybody, I completely, totally apologize for whatever hell this rains down on us, but it was worth it.
Yeah, no, that gif is you can almost trace whose reaction is whose.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look at this.
It is a clip from The Boys when they're watching the news and people's heads in a courtroom start exploding all over the place.
Yep. I know who's who.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I would like to grab onto Char's like shirt just a little bit and tug just a smidge to get his attention and be like, should we be pretending to be scared right now?
Yes.
Oh no!
I kind of just pull my cloak over my head and I just walk in the opposite direction.
So the exact gif I just posted, you basic bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Am I fucking good or what?
I just walk away. I don't know what they're all doing, but I just killed a man in broad daylight. I'm walking away.
I feel like what's his name? I feel like Char has a thing of just like, you know, you don't have to like the Sith, but you gotta respect how hard they commit to the aesthetic.
I am going to, I think, run over to the guy and like.
The minute you start approaching him, there is a white helmet and blaster trained on you of like if you start acting squirrely, I will drop you where you stand. Kind of look.
I kind of like look at him and like tell him that I have some medical training and that I'd like to help if I can.
Medical training? His eyes exploded! What training?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing so hard.
Well,
You
I
look.
mean,
You can see pretty much like through to the other side of the back of his
So,
skull. Like,
Hornet,
this is
if
not.
you're
Oh,
there,
we'll get him some cybernetic eyes.
you
This is
wanted
like,
eyes.
There are two blown out craters
couldn't
where
get
a
them to
shotgun
keep,
was fired from the
but I
inside
did
of
crush
his head.
them in the man's
Jesus
skull.
Christ.
No, like I want to be
Um,
clear. You didn't do this like as a.
Yeah.
I will say also for a bit of narrative.
So
You run over, I think, kind of expecting, oh, he boiled the water inside of his eyes and we'll get him
No,
some
yeah.
cybernetics and send him off. This is not a regular dark side user. Like,
No.
this is not someone who stumbled across their powers when they were in a bad mood. This is someone who has been trained to do this. The orbital bone around his eye sockets is blown out. Like, this is a shotgun was fired from the inside of his head. As there's like,
What medical training? His eyes are gone!
I kind of put my hands up and like start backing away. I didn't see how bad it was, man.
I think the runs up. I have medical training. I can help. Looks at him. You know what? Fair point.
on second thought, I can't.
My bad.
All right.
My medical expertise leads me to believe that this man is deceased.
If Kazoron is leaving, I am going to follow him. By the way.
You're following Kazoron. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to start walking in Kazoron's direction as well
Yeah.
after
Okay.
leaving just to see where he's going.
I'm going back to the club, okay? I need a drink.
Boys going to a strip club at 10 in the morning.
I need a drink after that because I don't know what fresh hell I've rained down on everybody. And I let my rage get the better of me. So I'm now also pissed at myself.
Yeah, on the way over, you see, what do you call it? You see everyone is pretty much running in different directions, kind of scattered. The governor pretty much hops back in his speeder and is like, get me the fuck out of here. Oh my God, like running away, terrified. The thing you don't see is that everyone's looking towards the body. You don't notice the one person looking directly up.
That's...
Wait, who doesn't notice this?
All of you. It's meant to be a little narrative stinger to seed foreboding and fear.
Oh no, I assumed
seeing
that
seeing
roll...
a number 5 on a perception check on the chat doesn't really have the gravitas that I was looking for.
It did, because that's exactly what I assumed it was, is somebody saw, and since I'm not dead yet or in cuffs,
Yeah.
that they didn't act on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
How far do we get to the brothel before someone stops and tries to talk to me?
Fucking all the way. No one saw it. One person.
No,
saw you.
I meant from our group,
party.
from the party.
I'll say you can get like down the depending on how fast they're like running to keep up with you. If someone's running to keep up with you, they're gonna catch you right away. If someone's following you at a distance, then you'll get there at the same time.
Anyone running me? Running?
But I assume you're not being super rushed about this. You're just kind of vibing.
Oh no, I'm vibing.
First, so I'm going to be a little bit behind.
I was running to catch up.
Yeah, I'm with the rest of the group going to wherever Kazoron's going.
Kanor, what are you up to?
And
I'm going to follow everybody.
Great.
Well, we're kind of splitting up a little bit here.
Oh,
Wait, where are you going again?
I went to go talk to the stormtroopers for a second before everybody else left, and
so
then
I was saying more as like I was saying if everyone is following the same person going to the same place, then we can just say that down like the next building over or at the doorway to the club, you all just kind of catch up with each other. We can have
okay.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
Yeah, you all just kind of catch up. Like
I also
Oh,
Hold
wait,
on.
Ham. Pitter patter, you had something to add.
Yeah. So in the midst of all this happening, Peter sees the eyes exploding, wants to help, does not know how to help in this particular situation, so thinks it's possibly better to not offer help in this situation. And Cole offers help and they don't want it, so Peter's like, I was not the expert on this situation.
Yeah. Fair.
And they don't seem to need assistance. And then when Miro is like, should we act afraid? And gets the answer yes, Peter then runs in circles, screaming like they're
Oh
afraid.
my god.
And then when the party starts to disperse, Peter stops, looks around, sees them, and starts pittering
So,
at them.
so real quick, I'm still, I'm not fully raged out anymore, but I still have major focus issues. I want to roll notice, see if I
Oh, I thought you
notice them
Okay,
following me.
I would have thought you had PSC.
Hmm?
Post Sith clarity.
No,
Oh.
I have even more. Right.
Okay.
I have a little bit
are
of
any
clarity.
you here's the question. Here's a question. Are any of you making an effort to hide the fact that you're following him?
No, I am purposefully trying to catch up with him before the
Great.
rest.
Great,
Okay.
Kazoron, congratulations. You've seen them. I'll say, because I think this could be spicy, I'll say that Mira can actually catch up and get a little bit of time for dialogue before the rest of you, because they're declaring, no, I wanna get this motherfucker.
Okay.
And I feel like there's some cool dialogue that's gonna come.
I feel like there is too.
So kind of like right at the door to the strip club / brothel, you have officially chased this dude down.
Okay. I'm just gonna come right out with it. You're not a Jedi, right?
I turn and I look around to see how far behind the rest of the group is.
Okay, when you say I turn and look around, I was like, don't do that. Don't big time Mira like, oh, is someone talking? Do I know?
No. I was just looking. I was just trying to see how far the actual, like, the Jedis, like, that I know that are like fully trained, like Jedis.
No, I for a second I was like, don't try to big bro Mira right now.
No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Checking for witnesses.
I'm checking for witnesses. No, I'm checking to make sure nobody can overhear me.
No, you're fairly. Again, it's such bedlam down the street. You two are the least interesting thing going on right now. So yeah, you can just respond.
So I turn to her.
As you see fit.
I turn to her and say, "Yes, I'm not Jedi."
Why?
Now
Why?
that is a good question.
I don't like brown.
No, that is a very good question.
That's not really a color, brown.
Natural.
A lot of shit went down, and I was trained to be this way.
By who?
Hold on one second. I forget.
The name you're looking for that you would have learned to address him as is Darth Tyrannus. The rest of the galaxy might have known him as Count Dooku, but you would have been trained to know him as Darth Tyrannus.
Darth Tyrannus. I know that I have it somewhere. I have my backstory somewhere. I just don't remember where I put it. I switched computers.
Now just flow with it, man. Go with your heart.
Yeah.
Did he come to you and choose you, or did you find him?
I feel it may have been a little bit of both. This is where I get my clarity, by the way. That post thing This is how I'm getting my clarity and how I'm refocusing by answering these questions. Because I've never
Yeah,
been
guys.
asked these things. I'm a support for however
This
long
is-
I've been alive and
Yeah,
been
this is
doing
the
this
first
time
time
anyone's ever
anyone-
asked me these questions.
Fair. It's always, oh God, why me? Who sent you? Please stop stabbing me. Jesus, no one ever wants to know how I'm feeling.
Facts. Legit facts, though.
I can't feel my legs. No shit. I know what you can't feel. Do you care what I can? But yeah, Mira. So
Before you weren't a Jedi anymore, were you a Jedi or were you always this way?
Always this way.
Okay.
And Mira, for whatever it's worth, you would know the name Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
Are
may
you
not
a
want to.
Sith?
I am. That's the first time he's admitted that in well, since the death of his master.
Hearing the name Sith spoken out loud, it's actually a weird sensation because no one uses the name the Sith. I mean, you know that the Sith are around. Obviously, your master talked about the fact that you were not the only ones. You weren't even really supposed to exist. You were being trained kind of under the table.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing because normally every time you talk about the dark side, it's in this very oppressive, angry way. But when Mira says to you, "Are you a Sith?" hearing that word, it's the closest you've felt in a while to like your heartstrings kind of get plucked. Of like, I'm hearing that name be spoken aloud after so much time. Like, oh my god, that kind of feels like home a bit.
And also not necessarily with like disdain and like
no, and that's
vile.
weird. It's weird for you because you've never interacted with your own powers in that.
Yeah.
Are those the only ways to be?
What do you
Either
mean?
a Jedi or a Sith?
They're the only two ways I know of.
Oh, okay. Everybody else is here, I guess, in a second, so I don't really want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anytime you want to talk, just let me know.
Okay. Sounds good.
And now I will say, Mira, there's also something else that just kind of sits in your mind, okay? And that's and I'll let you decide how you feel about the fact that you feel this, okay? But the thing that I think is true, and you can also tell me whether or not I'm interpreting this correctly. The Sith hurt you before. The Sith killed a lot of the Jedi Masters of the Temple. They caused, including the man who you just met's teacher, like that guy in particular, cost untold hundreds of thousands of lives. The dark side is something that you were trained literally from your earliest memories to know as like, we should never touch it, we should never talk about it, it is the path only to destruction. And you're thinking back to that day in the Jedi Temple with the clone troopers and Master Skywalker, and all you're thinking to yourself after the initial shock wave of emotion comes over you is, fuck, would it have felt good to pull that bastard's eyes out of his skull.
Yeah, I'm internally struggling right now with the idea that like I've only ever been taught like that is awful and evil, but I've also only like the way that I am currently, having had like what happened to me happen to me, like I can't call myself a Jedi anymore. So does that just make me a Sith? And so I'm like struggling with these
But
feelings
it's
of violence.
and it's also that thing of like, does that make me a Sith? And more than that, I think you've definitely felt like, I mean, Master Yoda always taught you that restraint of like, no, we have to use restraint and kindness, and the power of the Force is something to be wielded with restraint. Maybe if a couple people had less restraint, you wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
Or more people would be here right now. Something to think about. As the rest of you kind of catch up on the tail end of this conversation outside of a strip club at 9 a.m.
I still love that. This is like my home base. Like, I've made this my nest. This is my place.
Kind of sad when you think about it.
It is.
All right, who wants to get here first and be the first one to yell at him or punch him or whatever you want to do?
If you all want to arrive at the same time, you can.
Probably not me. I probably would have only showed up like a minute later.
I think Kano and I were right behind them.
Yeah.
Yes, I was currently fleeing like Han Solo.
Yes.
Firing my blaster behind. No, I'm not firing anything. Because that'd be more charges.
No, it would be there are no charges at the moment. Also, you don't. Why would there be charges against you? None of you guys did it.
Well, brandishing a weapon.
Hey, the guy who would have filed the paperwork on those charges is currently lacking 2 eyes. So,
and possibly
like,
some brain
fuck
matter.
him and his paperwork.
It's like if a cop was writing you a speeding ticket and then got hit by a passing train. It's like, oh fuck.
I guess I don't get that ticket.
Yeah, it's like, I guess I just saved $150.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
My
It
God,
was
what have we
horrible.
become?
And
I know.
It was horrible, and you did it.
I know. Oh, it was so good.
Star and Kanor get there next. So
Yeah.
whatever you guys want to do with or to Kazoron.
Are you satisfied?
More than you know.
All I know is that I gotta split the scene, man. And I'm going to stay with my compatriots. So whichever direction they run, I'm going to run in that direction too.
Yeah, so you catch up to Kazoron with Shar. So the two of you are there with Kazoron and Mira. So whatever you want to say to him.
He still isn't quite sure what happened. All he knows is that a guy's dead.
Yeah, that's fair. Kanor probably doesn't know actually.
Kanor is sitting there like, oh shit, can that happen to anyone? Could that happen to me? Like, is that what
Imperial medical services were good?
Do I need to go to fucking?
I'm going
to go to Doc Smiley and get checked?
I'm going to turn to Kanor, or I'm Kanor. I am Kanor. I'm going to turn to Kazoron, high-eyed, and go, what the hell happened to that guy back there?
And I look at him and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Is this some of that mumbo jumbo voodoo force shit that I've heard so much about?
Yes.
Oh, is that what Shar just straight up says? Yes. Yeah, Shar's not hiding anything. Shar's not hiding anything at this point from anybody. He's like, yep, that's exactly what that shit was. And yes, Kazoron knows exactly what just happened.
And Kanor takes a couple of steps back and says, holy shit, that's real?
Yeah, man, it's real.
It's very real, and we're going to keep our voices down about it if you don't mind.
I don't at all. We can go up to my room.
Pull it out of my hair.
We can go up to my room up here. It's paid for safely.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm still broke.
worldview has been shaken.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Man, to think that you have one Force user and then another guy who knows what the Force is in your group.
Oh my god.
That's
True.
crazy, man.
True.
Peter catches up and is like, wait, what's happening?
We're going up to my room in this establishment because stormtroopers are not likely to be up there, and we can discuss next steps on what we need to do to help this town.
Okay.
Since I'm
Peter,
pretty sure all of you want to do.
Peter has a counteroffer.
Okay.
I feel like stormtroopers also wouldn't be at the candy store, and Peter still hasn't been able to go to the candy store. So,
Oh my god. Pitter has their priorities straight.
And
money a
Kazoron.
long time ago.
So hold on one second. So
Okay,
Kazoron literally
okay.
turns around to Pitter and says, "If you want to go to the candy store, we can all go to the candy store."
Yes. Peter
At this point, Kazoron went from full rage to, "I'm just gonna roll with it right now because I'm trying to avoid being in a room alone with Shar and Cole, and as long as we're out in public, they can't say shit, so we can just pretend like that didn't happen."
As long as there's witnesses, they can't talk about it.
God damn it.
I said,
So, Pitter, you want to go? Let's go. You
Hey,
lead
you
the
ever
way.
seen-
I don't know where it
You're-
is.
You are literally doing the equivalent of running a red light, like in a cartoon where it's like, I'm running a red light to get away from the cops because the cops have to stop at a red light because it's against the law.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing at this point.
I'm just like, well, we're in public, and the Jedi have to show restraint when they talk about the Force, so I'm gonna stay in public so they can't do it.
Well, it's not that we have to show restraint when we talk about the Force, it's that we will literally get arrested and thrown in Guantanamo Bay and murdered.
It's
Yes.
like you will literally be arrested and killed on sight as
Yeah, what's the
religious
Guantanamo
extremists.
Bay in this universe?
There's not a name
Imperial
for it that you would publicly
Inquisitorius.
know. It's Fortress Inquisitoris, but it's actually a black speeder shows up. You get a space bag thrown over your head, and then everyone looks around and goes, "There was nobody here. You didn't see that."
There's a couple different like Imperial prison planets in Star Wars, or like prison.
Oh no!
In Star
Oh, I
Wars.
know! Oh, I know!
Yeah.
Oh, I know! Oh, I know! Can you hear the shit-eating grin on my face as I'm looking at my DM notes right now? I know.
Yeah, there's the one that they had Luminara and Dooley in Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, there's the one you guys are gonna get sent to.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, you're walking to the candy store.
Peter like kind of jump pops up to grab Mira's hand. And given the height difference still, I think to continue to hold Peter's hand when Peter is now standing on the floor, Mira probably has to bend over a little bit. But Peter looks up at her excitedly and is like, "We finally get to go to the candy store."
Just pure trauma, grappling with spiritual, emotional, physical trauma all at the same time. And it's just like, yay, candy!
At the root of all of it, I am still a kid.
Yeah.
I just like the idea
Oh,
that there's a bit like
I'm a
there
teenager.
really is a bit. Listen, oh my god, no, it's legitimately all that's going ahead right now is Harry Potter being attacked by the Dementors, and does Remus Lupin just have some chocolate? It'll help.
Yeah.
But like, imagine like being raised in the Jedi Temple. Like, I doubt they had candy there. It's all about like moderation and having like
Yeah.
self-control and stuff like that. My
I think,
favorite thing since I've gotten out of the Jedi Temple has been candy.
I think maybe like you and the younglings snuck out of the Jedi Temple once to go like sneak, like, there's like a candy store like down the street that you could like sneak sweets from, or like, I feel like pre-fall Anakin was absolutely the kind of guy to like smuggle in candy for the younglings.
100% he was that guy. 100%.
Which is an interesting another layer to put on this, and we'll dissect that another time.
Yes.
Right. So
Uh,
at that point, I probably catch up with the rest of the group.
Mhm.
They're headed towards the candy store.
We're going to the candy store.
And I'm
Why-
staying as physically close to Pitter and Mira as possible. So that
I
they will
come
see me
alongside.
pulled aside if anything happens. I want as many witnesses.
I come up alongside as we're walking down the street, probably with Mira in the middle and like me and Kazoron on either side. And I probably just in like deadpan just say like I hope that you got something out of that.
And I turn to him and I'm like, I did. A lot more than you can ever imagine.
Well,
And I
you'll be
look
getting a
forward.
lot more when they figure out what happened.
Unfortunately,
I've
they
moved
are just,
twice.
send another guy.
I've
to-
moved before.
what was it?
I mean, I'm no stranger to moving, but I tend to prefer it on my own free will and not have moving and running away are two very different things.
No.
Yes.
I
If
mean,
you
they
say
can be,
so.
but there's other ways to live. If you can accept it.
Hello. Oh, hang on. Wait. I cut out for a minute. I cut out for a minute. What were y'all talking about?
I said that moving and running away are two very different things. And that,
That's almost like, are they though? Are they?
and I said, yeah, if you're willing to accept a different way of life.
Maybe a discussion for another day. In the meantime, these ones want candy. We're getting them candy.
Yeah, after the craziness of this morning, I think that's fitting.
What happened?
Who keeps dropping out? What the fuck is going on
Luke.
with him? They fucking got him.
They black-sighted him.
The Empire got him.
He's revealed too many secrets.
Yeah, but you know who hasn't been suffering from internet troubles this entire session? Fucking this guy, because we got new internet and it's actually pretty decent.
Hey, right on. Who's your provider now?
Metronet.
Nice.
Never heard of them.
They're a
Me either.
local one.
Luke, are you alive?
Now they got him.
Luke hasn't
They
felt
totally
alive
black-sided his ass.
That is definitely something he would say too. Just like I haven't felt alive in years in response to that.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Oh my god, I have been fucking trying to reconnect all this time.
Oh,
Hereby extend warranty.
Oh my
So,
God.
real quick,
Yes.
I kept cutting. Hello?
Yes.
We can hear you. You're good now.
What's happening?
Daniel said that you're trying to reach
I
us
kept
about
getting cut out at
the
the.
warranty.
Okay, there's a massive amount of lag.
That's on your end, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying you kept getting cut off at exactly the same point in the conversation, which is that running away willingly, basically that willingly running away and moving are two completely different things, and then blank, 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 if you can accept it.
Yeah, and then you like fuck, what did I say? I said
If you're willing
That,
to accept another.
yeah,
With,
there's
like-
there's another way to live that isn't just always running away if you can actually if you can change your ways and accept living like that and change your way of life.
And I look to him and I'm like, these two want candy? We're getting them candy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to the candy store.
He's gonna take us to the shop.
No.
Let me lick the lollipop.
No.
Anyway,
We'll probably have variety this time. We already got those from Doc Smiley.
Yeah.
You know, the candy store was a very infamous strip club in Fort Lauderdale.
No, you just left the
in
candy
the
store. You just
80s.
left that one.
yeah, we just left the strip club. We're going to the candy shop.
Ah,
So
great.
real
No
quick,
good.
I do
Diamond
just
dolls.
so real quick. I do just want to say, please just imagine that the candy shop owner does in fact look like 50 Cent.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I'm picturing it.
Just that's a mental image for you. Is it's just 50 Cent. For those of you listening, that's the guy who sang the song "Take Me to the Candy Shop and Let Me Lick Your Lollipop," or lick my lollipop. Whoever's lollipop is getting licked.
Exactly.
I think
But
it's
yeah,
lit.
as your
Go to the candy shop.
as your
Let her lick the lollipop.
you're standing there, you're holding open the door. As you're just like, they want candy, they're getting
Yep.
candy. That's it.
No
Everyone goes
questions
in.
asked.
You look. Yeah, you see just momentarily a glint out of the corner of your eye as you kind of just follow it, and there's a split second, right, where you see a silhouette. It's against the sun, so you can't really make out many of the more details, but you recognize the silhouette as the same one that jacked your lightsaber and took you on a jolly chase a couple of days ago.
I've got a question before you
Yeah.
continue. I want to know, is there something that I can roll to sneak away from the group and chase after that? Because I really don't
I
want
will-
the group.
Now, I will tell you, you distinctly get the impression with how fast they vanished last time. They like go back behind the side of the roof where they're vanished from view. It's pretty clear, like, by the time I get up there, unless I'm really fast, they're probably gonna get away. It's like up to you, but like, if you want to sneak away from the group, I'll let you roll to do so. But you remember from last time,
That
by
it
the
took a
time they were
lot.
able to, like, they were basically able to drop below the threshold of a roof. You run to it, look over, they're gone. Like, whoever this is was trained as well or better than you.
Apparently better, but we're not talking about that.
Not that it's a contest or anything. It's fucking
It's
stupid.
Sith.
It would-
It's Sith. It's so is a contest. So
Other than
I
you, the
want to
Sith being
sense.
like, I'm the best in the galaxy. I'm better than everybody else. This person
Can I
beat you. Okay,
try
bro, it's
to
not a
reach
fucking
out?
contest. Calm down.
Can I try to reach out with the Force
You can.
and see if I can get a connection with this person?
Yeah, you can vibe real quick.
That would be Force sense, right?
That would be 4 cents.
My lowest of my Force abilities.
Of course.
Well, yeah, the force of course.
Great. You tie. So at the moment, the information that I will give you, the person who is watching you right now is watching. You can sense their base surface level emotions. It is questioning, like they're not totally sure why you did what you did, but it is not judgmental or reproachful. In fact, there's a bit of admiration there.
That I did it with such style.
No, you can't tell that. It's just they're
Okay.
confused why you did it, but they admire the fact that it happened. If you want to go deeper, you can use a fate point, but that's
I
what
don't
you
have
get is
any
that
more.
this person is unlikely. They're unlikely to like show up and try to kill you, or they're not mad about what happened. They're just keeping an eye on you, like they said they would.
Let me paraphrase. Cool. Ballsy, but cool.
Yeah, that sounds.
I don't have any fate points either. Have we gotten a rest recently? I don't even remember.
You did actually. I don't know why you don't have any.
Oh, I have one.
I'm just not a refresher.
Oh,
Yeah, mine are also empty.
I had
I'm gonna
one
say
and
you-
I just spent one.
I'm
so
just gonna declare you all have full fate points.
which is what,
Okay,
4?
Except Kazoron
I don't-
used them in that confrontation.
Yes.
What's up?
Kazoron
You did use them
already
in the
used
confrontation.
one,
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So
Where's
it's
the? Is there a button for resting, y'all?
but
probably.
there should be in the combat tracker.
We'll deal with that another time because it's already 9:56.
I still have a
Uh,
little bit of time, unless you're out of storyline.
No, I was just saying in terms of me fucking around with the settings.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, hey, Kazoron,
Yeah,
we didn't touch the DM notes for tonight.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm out of.
Yeah, you
If I'm
completely
out of.
derailed it.
Don't apologize. This is great. Didn't even fucking brush up against. You took a minor interaction that would have later led to a guy in the Imperial Embassy who really wanted to have more of an excuse to talk to you that you might be able to fleece for information, and you escalated it directly into cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't pull the wool over his eyes, but I mean, we did do something.
You did something. You
Definitely did something
I
to
mean,
his
he was
eyes.
he was wearing a starch gray Imperial uniform, so you pulled his eyes over his wool.
Yeah.
Chaos!
Damn.
Yikes.
Right, chaos.
But
and
either
go
way,
forth
you.
into the
But
night.
I will say, you. So, do you want to reach out further to the person stalking you, to your secret admirer, or are you just content to know they'll make contact when whatever the fuck is going on continues?
So I want to know: would I have a regular Viber blade on me? I know that I have the expensive one that they left.
All vibra blades are expensive by the nature of their existence. It is
Okay.
the cheapest vibra blade is worth like 20 regular knives. That's what I
Never
was saying
mind.
is like them using a vibra blade as a throwing knife
Is a lot.
is like it's a kind of waste of money to do because it's like it's like using a Lamborghini as a bumper car. It's like you fucking could, but like
Why would you? Okay.
Yeah, it's like this very expensive thing that you're going to throw away and possibly never get back.
I personally think that I've made too much noise at this point to go and approach them. But I want them to know that I know that they're there. And that I want to talk.
No, they're so
And
you're
that we
trying to
need to
put
have
out so you're trying to put out the vibe of like
we
it's
need
time
to
for us
talk.
to meet.
Yeah.
Amusement, and they disappear.
Fair enough. Did
Amusement
anybody
and-
note?
Harvick Nugan.
All happened in a split second.
Okay, so nobody noticed this entire interaction.
That entire exchange was you look up at a building and then look away.
Okay, good. Just how I like it.
The rest of you, in the other RPG, that's right, because there's y'all are 4 different characters in 4 different RPGs. As you enter into the candy store,
Yes.
you enter big rainbow fluorescent neon sign on the front, the Cosmic Confectionery.
Crazy that they have one of these out here so far away.
Right?
Look, dude, the marketing goes crazy. The marketing department goes fucking crazy.
Peter starry-eyed starts running around to each of the displays and begins comparing and judging the candy because while they do have like a fair amount of credits that Doc gave them, they still have a limited amount of credits for this candy budget. So they need to decide carefully what they're getting.
So, first of all, Cosmic Confections is in fact a real company name. I just looked it up. Don't sue us, please.
They won't know. It's fine.
Or do it, pussy.
You won't. No balls.
You won't. Nope. No balls.
You won't even be able to figure out who we are.
Exactly.
We're anonymous on the internet. We're not
My
good.
social security number is 8214.
Wow.
You'd be like that guy from LifeLock.
Legal disclaimer: none of those are numbers in my actual social security number.
Yeah, because I
As
can
I
get
was-
in trouble
as they
for
were-
doxing.
As they were coming out of my mouth, I started doing rapid fire arithmetic to like, fuck, what's my actual social security number? Am I saying it right now?
Yeah, don't do
Like,
that
you know,
again. Don't.
No,
do
no,
that.
I was just saying. I think that was like the phone number of somebody that I knew as a kid. But like, as it was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, fuck. Let me make sure that I'm not subconsciously doxing myself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Anyway, but yeah, the Cosmic Confectionery. It's truly like a just. First of all, the smell of even this far out in a galaxy far, far away, the smell of just sugar being blasted directly at your face. It's just a universal thing. You see along the back wall, like behind where the confection shop owner is standing, just like 50-gallon drums, glass walled, of course, you can see what's within, but of liquids that are sparkling and buzzing. Some of them are glowing faintly. Some of them look absolutely bubbling like they're boiling in the container. Some of them are frosted over like they're one step away from freezing. Some of them have steam rolling off of them. It is just this like old school. Imagine like a soda bar, like an old school soda bar, with all the different like fountain poles and things like that. You see on another wall, a spiral staircase type of situation where just eternally rotating up in the sky, uh just the craziest colorful phantasmagoria of confection that you can possibly imagine.
And I
Pitter
did
pouted,
really
as they do not have enough money for one of each.
As the what's it called? Mira, what's your take of traveling in the Outer Rim? Color is not exactly like the motif of the day most days, you know.
It's usually
lot
gray.
of
Late
lot of grays and beige out here in the Outer Rim. Maybe you get like a blinking diode if someone's feeling like saucy that day. This is just, it's obviously like this. It's obviously also like a newer place. I think a lot of the places in town are more utilitarian because obviously this was set up as basically an outpost town during the separatist occupation. This is like in the wake of the Empire sort of bringing civilization to the Outer Rim, a genuine business that has been like, there's actually people coming to live here now. Okay, I can set up shop and make some money.
Are you you're asking my opinion on the fact the building and all the
No,
stuff?
just,
in it
no,
is
just
bright
giving you.
colored?
No, I was just giving you like the flavor of what you're looking at in terms of like, you know, how fresh the coat of paint is, metaphorically speaking. I just wanted to know Mira's thoughts, as Pitter Patter is truly like eyes like dinner plates.
Well, so if
As you've
If
been
I'm-
living in a galaxy of gray and brown.
yeah, so what my thought process is that if I've already like we've already established that like okay like people snuck in candy to like us kids or like we snuck out and got them, so this almost to me feels kind of like nostalgic.
I feel like you have a memory immediately of basically Master Skywalker coming in and like stealthily passing out some candy and then getting reprimanded by one of the other Jedi Masters, probably I'm gonna say either Obi-Wan or Mace Windu,
I was
and
gonna
having
say
to like
Yoda.
confiscate the
candy fucking killed her way.
but yeah, like they you remember them like force pulling the candy out of your hands and getting like a short lecture about like the future, of the younglings' education in the Force and the power of restraint and blah blah. And then while Anakin is getting lectured by them, his young Padawan Ahsoka sneaking up and passing you the actual candy that they meant to give you in the first place, as he just kind of leans over her shoulder and winks.
And I like scurry the fuck off with my spoils.
Like the candy that was, they knew, like, you pass out the fake candy to let that get taken. Classic smuggler's trick, you know what I mean? Like, you let the first thing to get taken. So you're going for the real shit afterwards. So, yeah, you're just scurrying off. Like I said, the main event seems to be the sort of like, I don't know what to call it, like soda bar. There's like an old timey saloon, like old west name for it. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, there's like these crazy, like like fizzy drink confectionery concoctions all over the place. There is also you see a little rack off to the side with what appear to be balloons that are tied off. But they're advertised with like the little label that would indicate they are a food substance.
Okay.
As you see, the tag is that basically this is essentially the sensation of sweetness and happiness and like confectionery that has been converted into a gaseous form for inhalation.
Mm. Pitter is intrigued, but mostly because
Have
they want to
fun.
pop it and see if it makes a loud noise.
You may do so if you wish. It would not be the first bad decision involving popping something that happened today.
Crazy.
I want
Ew.
to pop it and see what happens. Big mood, Pitter.
So
Yeah.
Pitter starts
Hey,
gathering.
have
the
you
candy
ever considered how well black and purple work together?
I'm dying over here, man.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
It goes well with a lot of
So is Officer Drummond.
I know. No, he's dead. He's not dying. He's dead. There's a difference.
But yeah. Sorry, did you say you want to pop the thing or no?
Pitter will gather one of those into their candy haul as they are considering still what to get, and go over to Mira and start comparing candies with her to get her opinion as well.
I am looking for lemon drops. Those are my favorites.
Pitter doesn't know what that is. Pitter needs to try it now.
But yeah, you see there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello.
Nope.
I asked, what did you say?
Nobody said.
Nobody said anything else.
I thought Mira said something
No.
because everyone cut out, and then you went, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Oh yeah,
I had
the lemon
that I
drops.
wanted to look for lemon drops.
Luke, you really need
A
to
lemon
stop
drop.
stealing internet from your neighbors.
But yeah, you can in fact find like a little like it's a very simple thing. It's actually very near the front as like it's like of all the crazy like the combinations of flavors that it's like you've never heard of either of these ingredients, but you know damn well that they do.
He really needs to get better internet.
Not spin of just little citrus lemon candy.
As he disconnected.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Yeah, I said it's up at the front, really just past all of these like crazy phantasmagoria of like, I don't recognize half the ingredients in this, but I can tell just by sound that it's weird they're in the same candy. You know what I mean? Like if you saw like, oh, this is fizzy bumps and flubble stamps in the same candy bar, you're like, don't know what that is. Feel like I shouldn't be eating it. Kind of
I'm
weird
gonna
though.
try that.
It's this very quaint little thing of like little lemon candies. You do see they are in fact next to a display of little black box that just says government mix.
Peter is intrigued.
Hello?
Okay.
We can hear you.
We are curious about the strange box.
I said it is labeled as a government mix.
Yeah, what is it?
Can we open it or is it?
No, it's a little display. It is basically like it looks like a FEMA ration, like in the same way that in the like British, like the Blitz, they had like sugar rations. That's basically what this is. It is little small compressed balls of sugar suspended in like this is the non on a stick version of the shit that Doc Smiley makes.
Yeah, no, I've lost interest.
It
If
is
I
a
wanted
little
more
like I've seen a better way now. A better way to live, a better way to be.
Doc Smiley's lollipops are better than that because at least they're lollipops.
Yeah.
Because they're on a stick. You're not wrong.
So out of all the
True.
candy that Pitter is looking at, they know for sure one thing that they will buy.
What is that?
There is a grape flavored lollipop that they plan on bringing back to Doc so that he can see how much better it is with flavor in the lollipops.
Doc Smiley knows how much better it would
Smiley.
be. He's just physically incapable of making them.
Not Smiley, Doc.
Oh, Doc. Got
Yes,
it. Got it.
because he refuses
Clone.
to let Pitter fix that part. So
Well,
he must
he
not
let
know.
you try to he let you try to fix it. He refuses to pay for the spare parts.
Pitter offered to fix it for free.
I
So,
no, I know. No, and you tried your best, but he's basically like, you can try to fix it with the current components of Doc Smiley and whatever is in that desk drawer. And you failed.
That was more for, I think, fixing him in general, and then I also tried to fix the other thing without his
You
involvement,
also-
and it didn't work.
I could swear, but yes, if you want to bring a sample back to try and like sell him in this idea
Yeah. Yep.
of like, listen, think about it. Just think about it. I like the idea it's a grape flavored lollipop. Of
Yes.
all the
Yes.
things you could bring back, you know that he's a grumpy old man, and you're like, if I bring him back fucking Sparklemint Whiz Bangs, he's got like that's not gonna sell. We gotta ease him into this. Get some Werther's Originals in this bitch.
Also, because purple is the best color.
Fair point.
That apparently is a fact now.
I face palmed so hard when I remembered the fact that Pitter just has a bias towards purple things. Like a fucking orc from Warhammer, like, well, purple makes it better.
Mm-hmm. Red makes it better, you know.
Purple makes it smarter.
Here, another one.
Yes.
Oh man, it does suck though that Doc refuses to pay for the components to fix Doc Smiley. I mean, if only there were a place in town that had machines to make better candy just laying around. Hey, Pitter, what's your trouble aspect again? And follow-up question: do you want a fate point?
Helpful to a fault. Is my trouble aspect.
I will say, even though it's not your trouble aspect, I'll give you a fate point for chaotic freelance mechanic.
Okay.
That you're looking at these machines and you're thinking like, I could build 10 Doc Smileys with the machines in here.
Quick question: what happens if I have full points already?
you get an extra. Also, fun fact: government mix is in fact a canon candy in the Star Wars universe. Except that in universe, it is called gracious government mix.
Mhm.
I just thought you'd all like to know that. On the wiki for this, I'm guessing these are sold at Galaxy's Edge because they're chocolate in the shape of Darth Vader's face. I think it's more fitting they're just literally a ball of gelatin and sugar. And this is like the government is very sorry that we bombed your planet almost out of existence yesterday. Please accept these government issued whimsy in your pre-approved doses.
I like the idea that these ones are government mix and not gracious government mix because these ones aren't the chocolate. These are just the sugar ones. You got to go to somewhere else to get the gracious ones that are chocolate.
Hey, listen, don't get ahead of ourselves, but I'm just saying Empire Day is right around the corner.
Oh my god.
They'll be handing out great gracious government mix, and these are just a regular government mix.
I prefer Mantel Mix. Mantel Mix is really good.
Mantel Mix is also a canon candy in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, they eat it in Bad Batch.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's Rainbow Mantel Mix.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It looked really good. It looked
yeah.
like that candy popcorn that you get that's all different colors.
It's probably exactly that because it's probably something they sell at Galaxy's Edge, and they told Dave Filoni he had to include it. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Disney was just like, "This is one of the foods that we can make pretty cheap at Galaxy's Edge." I will also say there's something called necrotic sugar candy. Don't know what the fuck that's about, but it's there. Apparently, it comes in the shape of skulls of various alien species, including human and Wookiee. So those are on sale.
Cool. Pitter would now like to try to.
This shit.
Hang on. What does Pitter do?
Pitter would like to go to the owner, or at least the person manning the shop currently, and try to barter with them for a machine to make candy. Pitter doesn't know what they can physically barter, but like Pitter can fix things if things need fixing.
Real quick, I know it is 10:18, and Kazoron said he had a hard cutoff of like around 10:30. Are you good to continue this, or are you dropping it?
I was gonna let whatever happened in the candy shop play out to the best of my ability before cutting it off.
So I will say, I was going with when I was offering you the fate point before. You did say before, unless you're changing it, that Pitter sometimes has a propensity to just see cool machine parts they want and go, all right, well, I can do something better with those.
Sure, we can start with that.
Is that no? I'm saying, is that not a thing that you're like kind of a kleptomaniac, or do you want to barter for this?
I mean, let's see. It's
whatever you feel Pitter would do.
So to a degree, Pitter respects when things belong to people. So I feel like Pitter would try to barter, and then if Pitter cannot get what they want, Pitter might be tempted to do other things. Just like how Pitter broke into Doc's office when they couldn't get in by asking permission.
Excellent example. Love to see it. I like the idea that when a Skittermander asks you if they can buy something, it's kind of like it's kind of a threat implicit because it's like when the mob offers you like to buy you out, where it's like you better take it because they're not going to offer twice. Like the next time, it's just going to happen to you.
This is the the courtesy ask. Skittermanders are polite.
Called it.
And then they're abused. Yeah. Just happens.
No, they're still polite while they're doing what they're doing.
Yes. Thank you for letting Pitter borrow this. I'm not letting you borrow it. It's too late now. Pitter has it.
Wait, sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying, thank you for letting Peter borrow this. And I was like, you're not borrowing. I didn't say you could have it. It's like, it's too late. Peter has it now.
Peter
Yeah.
has it now. Man, weird little guy. One of my favorite vintages. Great. You go up. So you're just asking to barter for a machine.
Yeah.
As they're leaning over, or is they just like, you wanna buy one of the candy making machines?
Yeah. Or if you have parts to make it or fix it, those. But if not the parts, then the machine. Yes.
They kind of think about it for a second. 'Cause they're like, Well, they
Do you have
say
broken
they
things?
say
Peter
they
can fix things?
they say they can't really part with any of the machines because they're all busy making the candy that is being sold at this establishment right now.
Mhm.
As for spare parts, they're a little hesitant because any spare parts they have are in case the machines break.
But Peter can fix them if they break. So
It's
you just
already
tell Peter
obvious
to
that
fix it.
I like that Pitter is sort of an omnipotent god in their own mind, where like don't worry about it breaking. Yeah, it's like if it ever breaks, I'll come fix it. It's like, what if you're not there? It's like, why would I not be there? But yeah, what do you call it? Great. You know what? I think they tell you they're willing to strike a deal with you. Basically, there's a kind of candy. It's more popular on some planets in the mid rim. In order to make it, it requires a machine that basically spins the. It's kind of a think an in-universe equivalent of
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy, yeah, but
Mhm.
like spun a zillion times thinner, like almost at a wisp. And they say basically the motor on their machine isn't strong enough to make it. So if you can bring them a much stronger motor, they'll consider it.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh.
They'll
Shoot.
consider giving you the spare parts for. They'll negotiate for like essentially when you tell them what you're trying to do. It's like I can maybe part with like, the flavor unit and the sucrose machine, blah blah.
Okay. Pitter, in their own mind, is at a little bit of an impasse because Pitter did recently acquire a buzzsaw.
I was just gonna suggest that.
Holy shit! Holy.
I'd sacrifice
Let me just say, I forgot you had the buzzsaw, and I am just getting hit left, right, and center in this fucking session.
Wait, are you gonna trade the buzzsaw?
I don't know. I don't know not to happen.
What
Pitter,
the fuck does this guy need with him?
The motor.
he needs the motor to make a faster cotton candy machine because the ones he has aren't fast enough to spin it thin enough. Pitter really likes the buzzsaw.
Forgot you have You've never used it.
I know that makes it worse. I haven't even had a chance to use it yet. Pitter also likes Doc Smiley, and Pitter would also very much like to prove Doc wrong and that I can fix this. There was guys with these buzzsaws. There was more buzzsaws. Pitter can potentially get another buzzsaw. Because we'll probably run into them again. Cool. So Pitter pulls out of their hammer space a buzzsaw and starts deconstructing it to give him the motor.
Deeply, deeply haunted by the fact that he asked you for a motor and thought maybe you'll bring in like the scrapped motor from like a speeder bike or like
Did that too.
Or a dishwasher.
something, not a high-powered industrial buzzsaw that is used normally to slice through the hulls of ships.
Not the
Like,
Killdozer
for
9000.
These are normally used in scrapyards to cut through the blast shields of old Republic starships. They were recently used to try and break into this exact building.
Yeah.
So that it's truly a look of the fuck did you have? Because like of all the people he thought was gonna bust this out, sketchy dude wearing all black, older guy that looks like a drifter, other older guy who looks like a mechanic, strange little teddy bear demon creature, not the one that he thought was gonna whip this motherfucker out and just be like, oh here, but it's also the fact that you're saying you're deconstructing it to hand him the motor, implying that you think you might need the rest of it.
Yeah. This is still
That's
useful stuff.
That's the part I want to zero in on. This isn't something where you're like, oh, well, what the fuck am I going to do with a buzzsaw? It's like, I'll need the buzzsaw in my daily affairs.
All it
But
needs is
not
a new
right
motor, and
now.
then it's just new, honestly.
It's just that, you know what I mean? It's like if I said, I've got a birthday cake that needs a candle. You pulled out a stick of dynamite and then clipped off the wick. Like,
yeah.
why do you have that? Why are you putting it back in your bag?
Is he asking Pitter? Pitter will answer.
All right, I'll bite. Where'd you get that?
Okay, so as Pitter continues working, so the other day when there was like a whole bunch of bandits that came into town and
I think that
started
was yesterday.
Yeah, no, that was like a day and a half ago. You took that off one of the Outriders?
Yes. Pitter saw it and really liked it, and they were being mean. So Pitter decided this was theirs now. So this is Pitter's, and Pitter turns it to where you can see Pitter's name written on it. But Pitter is giving you this piece. It takes out motor, holds it out to him.
The rest of you can look and see this man is trying to figure out if he's being threatened. Or like extorted in some way. Or like even as if he's being fucked with.
Pitter shakes the motor at him so he can take it.
Hey. Takes it. So it's like gently and says, you know what, I just kinda says in addition to those parts, maybe he's also got a couple cartridges of the flavor enhancer in the back.
Pitter
And
is
then
so
kinda
excited. Pitter is bouncing.
walks off because he's wondering if this strange thing in front of him, if he's going to wake up with this thing wearing his face.
No, Pitter doesn't do that. At first, you could maybe wake up and have several machines in pieces, but like
Maybe. Who
Pitter
knows?
doesn't collect faces.
I mean, the Outriders are like a dangerous gang that's been terrorizing this town for years. And you just revealed that you took one of these saws away from them, which implies that you're either with them or capable of killing them. Both are horrifying options.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Pitter did also claim that they were mean, so that kind of puts Pitter on the opposite side of them.
Again, that implies that you killed them. A nightmarish scenario.
At best.
Tiny purple gremlin. Yeah.
And you're
Don't
currently
feed her after midnight.
waving. You're sitting there like on one of the bar stools. Like the bar comes up to your nose, even on a stool, by the way.
Pitter's spinning back and forth.
While holding this motor in the air, going, hey, like waving it like he's the one who's gotten sidetracked and needs to get back on the fucking program.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Outrageous. truly I forgot you had the buzzsaw. Just off the top of my head, I was like, what's a thing involved in the production of candy that I can send Peter on a quest for? And I went, fuck it. We'll say that they have to go and like find a motor because maybe in an encounter I can say they have a speeder bike and it'll be fun to watch Peter try and strip them up. Nope, already had it. This
Yeah.
is why we play the game, people.
And this is why Pitter picks up all the cool things that they see. You never
Yes.
know when it'll come in handy.
I fucking guess you're right. You know what? I can't even argue because that is factual logic.
So now instead of a buzzsaw, I have buzzsaw pieces in my list.
That is awesome.
And I think with that, at 10:30 we should end.
Okay.
Yes, she definitely.
I think
gets
that's
the
that's a fantastic ending point. Oh my god!
Especially since the entire
Yeah.
session was derailed.
Yeah.
Let me say,
We had really good points in this session, though.
Yeah.
no, let me say, it was derailed in terms of the plot, but I'm so thrilled with the way the way you guys as characters and players interacted and set up like emotional beats for later. I'm not mad about it whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah,
With
like
that,
we kind of come full circle with Pitter's mission to get to the candy shop.
Bravo,
yes,
And we,
bravo to Luke for pulling most of that session out of his ass. That was
yes,
it's just
Yeah,
about
just like
thinking
I did,
what's
just like I did last time.
it's just about thinking
great.
it's just about thinking what is the funniest way for this to happen. And to me it was like there's nothing fun about making David struggle to kill this mook. So what's the conflict? Oh, it's keyed in right away. The rest of the party is in opposition. Ooh. So it's like this man is dead. He doesn't know it yet, but he is a corpse. So what are y'all gonna do about it?
Yeah, and
with
there's
that,
some
I'm
people
ending
who
stream.
saw it.
And what, Ben?
And there's some people who evidently saw it, so we're gonna have to deal with that later.
And then
Yep.
just the moment I realized that he has no idea what's going on, and fucking Shark queued up the quote of, "Hey, this is dangerous, but I want you to do it." I'm just like, oh, he's talking about enlisting in the military.
Yep. Like,
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
that
right,
was
man.
really good.